Tap the square-shaped objects.
Woohoo!
Tap the rectangle.
Yay!
Tap the circle.
Cool.
Tap the triangle.
Yay!
Tap the square shape. Tap the rectangle-shaped objects.
Cool.
Tap the triangle shape.
Woohoo!
Tap the circle-shaped objects.
Yay!
Tap the rectangle-shaped objects.
Cool.
Tap the square. Tap the triangle-shaped object.
Woohoo!
Tap the circle-shaped.
Yay!
Tap the rectangle-shaped.
Cool.
Tap the triangle-shaped object.
Yay!
Tap the. Tap the circle-shaped.
Cool.
Tap the triangle-shaped.
Woohoo!
Tap the rectangle-shaped.
Yay!
Tap the square-shaped.
Cool.
Tap the circle-shaped.
Whoa!
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Yay!
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Cool.
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Yay!
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Cool.
Store the objects in. Store the objects in the appropriate.
Woohoo!
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Cool.
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Yay!
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Cool.
Store the objects in the appropriate.
Whoa!
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Woohoo!
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Yay!
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Cool.
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Woohoo!
Store the objects in the appropriate box.
Yay!
Tap the triangle-shaped object.
Cool.
Tap the rectangle.
Yay!
Tap the circle.
Cool.
Tap the square.
Ooh.
Tap the
Woohoo!
circle.
Cool.
Tap the
Woohoo!
square shape.
Yay!
Tap the square-shaped objects. Tap the square-shaped object. Which fruit is smaller?
Cool. Woohoo!
Which teddy bear is bigger?
Yay!
Which
Woohoo!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Bone is small?
Yay!
Which present is bigger?
Cool.
Which cup?
Woohoo!
Which
Yay!
which
Woohoo!
which sandwich?
Yay!
Which piece of cheese is?
Woohoo!
Which fruit?
Yay!
Which teddy bear?
Yay!
Which piece of cake?
Cool.
Which tomato?
Woohoo!
Which truck?
Yay!
Which bottle is smaller?
Woohoo!
Which telephone?
Whoa!
Which fruit is?
Yay!
Which
Woohoo!
which candelabra?
Cool.
Which clock?
Woohoo!
Which brush?
Yay!
Which umbrella is smaller?
Yay!
Which telephone?
Woohoo!
Which piece of cheese is smaller?
Yay!
Which bottle?
Cool.
Which give penguin the smallest handbag?
Woohoo!
Give bear.
Yay!
Give penguin.
Cool.
Give bear.
Woohoo!
Give dog the
Whoa!
give dog.
Cool.
Give the small
Woohoo!
Give,
panda,
Yay!
give the,
Woohoo!
give dog, give
bear,
the biggest,
piece of cake.